How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
And what is your name?
It's Laszlo Nagy,
Nagy, huh?
Nagy.
Interesting name. Where's that from?
Hungarian. It's actually Nagy or Nagy or Nagy in Hungarian.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Were your parents Hungarian?
Well, I was born in Austria and I lived in Hungary till '56 and came out after the revolution.
Oh, okay. I hear a slight accent. There it is.
It's there.
So what are you doing out on Nantucket?
Well, we just came for a visit for a couple of days, and I was going to stop in, talk to some book people about the new book that came out. So here we are.
What book?
Well, here it is. Nantucket Memories.
Yeah.
And you can see it's by Laszlo Nagy.
Yeah.
And it's really about the island and its character and its history, and it's all through the eyes of postcards. Well, on this page you see a centennial procession from 1895 on a postcard. Right next to it is a very famous image, the Sconset train.
God, look at that.
The book is chock full of these kinds of images. There's about 275 images in the book.
These are all postcards?
These are all postcards.
How did you find these?
It's been quite a job. I've been collecting probably for about 30 years, and Nantucket probably for about 20 years.
Why Nantucket?
Well, we used to spend some vacation time on Nantucket with my kids, starting in the early 80s through mid-90s,
Yeah.
and so fell in love with Nantucket. So Nantucket images are just an incredible comment on the island. They're beautiful.
So any of these stories, I mean, you put all this information together
I
yourself?
put all this information together.
Tell me about what we're seeing some of this stuff.
Well, here you see Elijah Pope Farthing Gardner from Poets Corner. He's one of the real enduring characters of Nantucket. And there are a number of people just like him in the book. Let me just flip the page a little bit for you. There's some pictures about regarding the churches on Nantucket. This is about Sconset and the Actors Colony in Sconset.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, these are all antique postcards. Not all, but most of them are antique postcards.
What's the story with postcards? How long have they been around?
They've been around since about the 1890s, but really the golden age of postcards was in the early 1900s, late 1800s to early 1900s, and many of the postcards are from that era.
What have you found most interesting about this process of collecting?
Oh, it's the history I learned. Every postcard has a history, and so you research every image, and you find incredible things about the island.
Now, why would they make a postcard about like some guy that's just sitting there making something? You know, usually postcards today are of beautiful scenes or churches or.
Well, at that time, it was a way of capturing a moment in time, a moment of history. Remember, at that time, there was no television, very little in terms of images. So postcards were a way of maintaining memories, and people bought them to buy memories.
Mm-hmm. And so now you're here, you're trying to sell your book.
Not really.
No, what is the idea?
We came over to see some of the publishers in case they had some questions. I may do some book signing on the island a little bit in July. We'll be back in July. Second week of July we'll be back, and so I'm going to do some book signings.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a retired school administrator.
Okay.
And
you have a passion for?
Well, I have a passion for postcards. I have a collector gene. I collect everything and anything that I can get my hands on. That's what my wife says.
What else do you collect?
Oh my goodness, what else? Cindy, what else do I collect?
Stamps, trains.
Stamps and trains?
Yes.
Hey,
like the little HO?
A little bit. We've done that too. I did stamp covers and historical documents. Daguerreotypes. You just can't stop if you're a collector.
Good for you. Well, Nantucket's a great place for a collector, isn't it? There's all kinds of neat things in these shops that have been passed down. You never know what you're going to find.
Well, it's tough to find old postcards here on Nantucket. A lot of these are from other parts of the country. We travel, and so every place I visit, I look for cards.
You would actually find Nantucket cards in other states?
Sometimes you find them easier in other states than real close by.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you would go to a flea market to find these. How would you?
Well, you'd go to a flea market, a postcard show, you'd go to a paper show, a book show, antique mall.
Yep.
I mean, they're all
And you
over.
go through every single postcard they have there, normally looking specifically?
Sometimes the dealers will have them arranged
Oh,
by
okay.
states.
You have dealers
and,
too that
you know,
are looking for you.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I have dealers who look for
Let me
cards
ask
for
you,
me.
what would an antique postcard get? I mean, what is a average price for an old postcard? These days?
There's no such thing. It
There's no
depends
such
on it depends on the image. In this book, you'll see cards that range from $2 all the way to $250.
Okay,
so
but that's the range. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like the Sconset train you showed,
Yeah.
that which is a really gorgeous image. I mean, it's in perfect condition, really. Now that's a $200 postcard. So I mean,
Wow,
you
yeah.
know,
Well,
but still,
that's going to be worth in 10 years. That might be worth $1,000.
it could be.
Probably.
It could be. It's a
Do you
great
collect
hobby.
for that reason, though? So that,
No, I do it as a passion.
Yeah, you
I
do
do
it
it
as a
because I enjoy it. But Nantucket cards I really collect because we like the island and we're in love with the island. So that's what it's all about. You know?
well, I wish you all the best, and I'm sure everybody's going to have it on their coffee table this summer.
Well, I hope so.
Of course you do.